Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all doing? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra. I am preacher of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I am going to talk about chapter number 5th of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is Karma Yoga, action in Lord Krishna's consciousness. Action in Lord Krishna's consciousness. But before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by Sri Bhaktivedanta Srila Mahaprabhu from ISKCON temple. And I would have to say Srimad Bhagavad Gita is neither religious book nor spiritual book, but in true sense pure book, the science and humanity. I am trying to propagate a humanity on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide on the basis of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's get into Karma Yoga, action in Lord Krishna's consciousness. Here Arjuna asked to Lord Krishna, Sri Arjuna Uvacha. Here Arjuna asked to Krishna, Sannyasam karmana Krishna Puna yoga cha sansasi Yasyasya yata yorake tanme bruhi sunishitam. Here Arjuna Uvacha. Here Arjuna asked to Lord Krishna, Murli Manohar Krishna. Here Arjuna asked, O Krishna, O Madhav, O Madhusudan, O Vasudev, please tell me, first of all you asked me to renounce the work. पहले आपने कर्म का त्याग करने के लिए बोला, and now you again recommend work in devotional service. Now you told me that you have to engage yourself in the devotional services. So now I become confused. Now I become bewildered by your equivocal instruction. So tell me what would be beneficial for me, whether renunciation of the work or engage myself in the devotional practices. Means what would be beneficial for me. Here Arjuna got confusion about what would be better for him, whether engage himself in devotional services or renounce the work or engage himself in Niskam Karma Yoga or Karma Yogi. So here Arjuna got confused. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Here Lord Krishna, with a smiling face, Lord Krishna here answered to Arjuna, Sannyasa karma yogasva nisreya sakara ube tasyotu karma sansaya karma yoga vishishyate. Karma yoga vishishyate. Here what Lord Krishna stated? Here Krishna stated Karma Yoga Vishishyate. The Karma Yoga, that is Vishishyate. Here Lord Krishna stated, the Supreme Personality of God and Lord Mukunda Madhav Krishna Murari stated Karma Yoga Vishishyate. The renunciation of the work and the work in devotion both are good for liberation. Here Lord Krishna answer clear cut answer to Arjuna. Which one would be beneficial for him? Here Lord Krishna stated, if you really want to get a liberation from the material things, then Karma Yoga and the devotional practices, Bhakti Yoga, both are good for the liberation. But of the two, when I compare to Karma Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, the work in devotional services is better than the renunciation of the work. Bhakti Yoga is rather better than Karma Yoga. Here Lord Krishna stated, Bhakti Yoga is rather better than Karma Yoga. Always engage yourself in the devotional practices of Lord Krishna. If you engage yourself in the devotional services of Lord Krishna, then Lord Krishna will definitely deliver you from the ocean of the material pool. So Lord Krishna here stated, the Bhakti Yoga is rather better than Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, there are Sankhya Yoga to Karma Yoga to Bhakti Yoga और Bhakti Yoga to ज्ञान योग से ही परमात्मा की प्राप्ति होती है। पार्थ, मेरे विश्व रूप का दर्शन करना ही वास्तविक ज्ञान है अर्जुन। एक ज्ञान तुम्हें मुक्ति देगा, एक ज्ञान तुम्हें मोक्ष दिलाएगा। इसीलिए उठो पार्थ और युद्ध करो। युद्धम शरणम गच्छामि, युद्ध करो पार्थ। It's only your right to fight this warfare for the sake of the fighting. You just have to fight in order to educate the people. You have to fight. Just stand up and fight this warfare. Takto uttishta parantapa. Takto uttishta parantapa. Parantapa Arjun, उठो और युद्ध करो. Lord Krishna further stated, Shreyasa nitya sannyasi yo na dreshti na kankasati nindrino hi mahabaho sukham bandha pramuchyate. Sukham bandha pramuchyate. Sukham bandha pramuchyate. Here Lord Krishna stated, one who neither has nor desire the fruit of his activities is none to be always renounced. What kind of people are none as renounced? The one who neither has nor desire. One who neither has nor desire. Such a person free from all the dualities of the life and easily overcome from the material bondage, completely liberated. O mighty hermit Arjuna, that person is known as a completely liberated. O mighty hermit Arjuna, such a person free from all the dualities of the life and easily overcome from the material bondage. One who neither has nor desire. There is a two condition. Whatever he obtain, he will accept. He would have to accept. He doesn't have to hate. He doesn't have to happy. Whatever good things he will get, means he doesn't have to hate. Whatever evil things or whatever unexpected things he would get. He means he has to be equal in all the condition. He neither hates nor desire. For the fruit of his activities is none to be always renounced. Only that kind of person is known as a renounced. A renounced person will definitely make himself free from the material bondage and completely liberated. O mighty hermit Arjuna, this is stated by Lord Krishna. What is the liberty? Liberty is the renounced order, who neither hates nor desire. Means free from the hatredness and desire. Free from the hatredness and desire. Free from the hatredness and desire. Two conditions. You have to make yourself free from the hatredness, and another one is free. You have to make yourself free from the desire. Then only you will attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, Sankhya yogi putvagvala pravadhantina panditaha ekam prapastita samyugya bhayo vidante kalama phalam. Here phalam, here stated phalam. Samugyo bhayo vidanti phalam. Here Lord Krishna stated, only the ignorant speak the devotional services, karma yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world, Sankhya yoga. Only ignorant people would say Sankhya yoga and karma yoga both are different from each other, but there is no difference between Sankhya yoga and karma yoga. Those who are actually in the learned state say that he who applies himself well to one of the path achieved through the result of the both. Then it's the same path. Means there are different paths, but the result is same. Whether you will move towards the karma yoga, means there is one destination. You can reach through the Sankhya yoga and you can reach through the karma yoga. But one destination is common for both way. Yatya Sankhya prapate sthana tado gairapi gamyate ekha Sankhya cha yoga cha pasanti cha pasanti prasyanti cha prasyanti. Here Lord Krishna stated, one who knows the position reached by means of analytical study can also attain by the devotional practices or devotional services. So if you move towards the karma yoga and bhakti yoga, then both destination are same. Means Sankhya yoga destination is same, karma yoga destination is same, and bhakti yoga destination is same. Means there is a one destination, but there are many ways but one destination. You can reach by this way, Sankhya yoga to karma yoga to bhakti yoga, or bhakti yoga to jnana yoga. And sometimes these all are associated with each other, and you will surely reach to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, Sanyasastu mahabhavo dukham prayogatah yoga yukto muni brahma nati chiraga adhigacchati nachi chiraga adhigacchati. Here Lord Krishna stated, merely renouncing all the activities and not engaging in the devotional services of the Lord cannot make one happy. Merely renouncing all the activities, only karma yoga, one cannot be happy. But the mixture of the karma yoga and Sankhya yoga and bhakti yoga, one can get supreme happiness. But throughout, thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. The person who are in the devotional practice will surely achieve the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, without delay. This is stated by Lord Krishna. This is a way to achieve Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, योग युक्तो विमुदात्मान विजय आत्मान जितेन्द्रिय सर्वभूतात्मान भूतात्मान कुवनपि न लिप्यन्ते कुर्वनपि न लिप्यन्ते कुर्वनपि न लिप्यन्ते. Here Lord Krishna stated, one who works in devotions with pure soul and who control his mind and senses is dear to everyone. The one who has controlled his mind and senses are dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him, though always working. Such a man is never entangled. That person will never entangle. One who understands Lord Krishna is there. He is the supreme personality of Lord Head. One who understood this fact, this is the supreme truth, he will never entangle. Lord Krishna further stated, never kishanti karomati yukto manve tattvitah pasya sarvanam sparsham jigrana asrana gacham svam swasam pralapana visarjanam grahanam unmisam nimisam api indriyani indriyanya yesu vartana iti dharayan. Here Lord Krishna stated the divine consciousness. What is divine consciousness? Here Lord Krishna stated, in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about here and there, sleeping, breathing, always know within himself, and that he actually doesn't at all. And because while speaking, evacuating, receiving or opening or closing his eyes, he always know that only the material senses are engaged with that object, and that he is aloof from them, he is aloof from them. This is stated by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, Brahmadharya karmani sangam tyakta karoti chah lipyanti na cha papena padma patram iva bhasa padma patra iva bhasa. Like a lotus, the kamal will the water will never touch to the lotus. So is similar like that. One who perform his duty without attachment. Listen it very carefully. One who perform his duty without attachment, surrendering the result unto the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna, then is unaffected by sinful activities. That person will get unaffection by the sinful activities and sinful action. As the lotus leaf is untouched by water. Lotus leaf is untouched by water. One who perform his duty without attachment. Here condition is you have to perform your prescribed duty without any kind of attachment and surrendering all the result of your activities unto the Supreme Personality God and Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna को आगे रख दो ना आप. मैं जो भी कर रहा हूँ, मेरे से जो भी पाप युक्त हो रहा है या पुण्य युक्त कार्य हो रहा है, लॉर्ड कृष्णा मैं आपका सेवक हूँ, मुझे इसको भागीदार मत बनाइए. मैं आपको सब भी मेरी बुराइयां है अच्छाई है सब कुछ मैंने अपना सारा जीवन आपको समर्पित करता हूँ कृष्णा. मुझे मेरे पाप के भागीदार मत बने. मुझे बस लॉर्ड कृष्णा आप अपनी शरण में लीजिए. मैंने चाहे जितने भी पाप किए होंगे ना मुझे माफ कर दीजिए और मेरी आप मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लीजिए. बिकॉज आई हैव टोटली सरेंडर टू यू वासुदेव कृष्ण. So you please take me in your refuge, under your edges, so by which I can get you, Madhav, Madhusudan, Krishna. I am trying to be your servant, Madhav. I am in between process. So Madhav, Madhusudan, Krishna, please take me in your refuge. So Lord Krishna here stated, the one who has performed his prescribed duty without attachment, surrendering the result unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. As lotus leaf is untouched by water. This is stated by Lord Krishna. So this is the verse number 1 to 10 of chapter number 5 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. I hope you all can understand. If you are having any questions, any doubt, then please kindly put a comment. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe.